Greetings Petrolads, welcome back to Automation. It's Monday again, it's a new week, for you guys at least. It's still Friday for me, because I'm pre-recording this. Anyway, before we get back into our campaign, there's a couple of things I wanted to mention. Firstly, replicas I will still do in the channel, but currently there's just lots of cars for reviews, I should say, being sent in. There's, the campaign going on. There's a couple of cars that I built off camera and I still want to display and all that. And on top of that, I am hopefully soon gonna be able to move into town. I know that's probably become its own running joke by, oh, he said that like a month ago already and he still hasn't done it. Yeah, well, okay, but it's I'm not gonna get any deeper into that, but I plan on doing more replicas on stream. I plan on streaming and mostly doing replicas on there instead, because I think it's just, I oftentimes find it hard to find the motivation to actually sit down, open up Automation and look at my list and be like, oh, well, after like half an hour of recording or something, I'm gonna be able to cross one of those cars off the list. It's kind of frustrating, especially considering how many requests I get over time as well. Okay, so with that out of the way, there was another thing that I wanted to mention, and it is that, as you guys probably all know, 2015 will see another Need for Speed part, and it is claimed to be a sequel to the series of Need for Speed games that we all loved. That is Underground 1 and 2, Most Wanted and Carbon. And I will definitely be playing it on my channel. And so yesterday I wrote an email to EA saying that I will be playing their game on my channel, and that I know there's people who are still kind of undecided whether or not they should buy that Need for Speed part, because Need for Speed parts of the recent years haven't been really that exciting to many Need for Speed fans. And if they like my videos, then they are probably a little bit more likely to buy the game if they're still undecided before watching. And because of that, I asked them to actually share my videos once they're up. Let's see what they say about it. They haven't replied it. Anyway, now with all that out of the way, we can go to our campaign mode here and actually give this guy a facelift, the truck. So we are going to make a new trim. It's 1959 now. 1959 facelift. Good. So what do we change about the aesthetics now? Honestly, I think the aesthetics are fine as they are, aren't they? I mean, we can give it a little bit of revision, that is for sure. Maybe make both of them equally big. But that was kind of that's kind of what gave the front end its character, wasn't it? That they weren't equally big. Also, let's get rid of this right here. And instead I want this, please. Oh, wait, what? Let's go ahead and fit one of these here, actually. Maybe not this one though. Maybe we are better off choosing something like this. Also, some people have, or somebody, I'm sorry, I can't remember who it was, but somebody said that Bollock might not be the greatest name for a car, as you know, bollocks means balls. But I was like, okay, I should have said more about, you know, AMW nomenclature beforehand. Usually we name our cars after animals, and for this, like, coupes are usually named after birds, because they're kind of majestic and represent freedom a little bit, because, you know, for everyday situations usually a saloon is always more practical than a coupe, and obviously an estate is always more practical than even a saloon. But anyway, and this car being big and practical and for the working man, like, what kind of animal is there? I didn't want to call it like ox or horse or, I don't know, donkey. So, you know, you kind of get the idea there, like what could I have called it instead? So let's revise this this rear end a little bit. Put these like down here maybe. Then remove these all together, and actually let's encase this entire taillight arrangement with chrome. Because why not? It's the 50s, late 50s admittedly right now, but still. Actually, I think I wanna make those a little bit smaller, because I have kind of an idea. I don't know if it's gonna be working out well though. Let's delete this. And have like no, this isn't gonna work. No, just leave it. Let's make these white. And then get one orange one in there, and then we can make this significantly smaller and put it like here. and then put batch on right there. It's 1959. Last year we have introduced a new model that is, you know, smaller, lighter, cheaper, economical. It's a very cheap, small family car, if you will. And we are going to clone this right here and make it 1959 already. We can now decrease this by 2 more points. 11 cam profile. Never really been that low in my life before. Can we increase this? Yeah, we can actually, without much problem. Wait, what? Only at 56, only at 4600 RPM do we get a little bit of valve float. This does increase the reliability though by 0.2 points, yeah. So we will still have the same kind of power output at 4000 RPM though, which will increase the reliability even a little bit further. Might not be a bad thing. We got a 6-pack engine here. Other than that, I don't really think we're gonna change all that much. Like, what else would we even change? As far as gearboxes go, we still do not have automatics, so you know they're gonna have to live with what they can get here. Top speed can be higher though. This increases drivability, which is fine. This does not. We can change the spacing though to maybe get the drivability back up, which it doesn't go back up. So let us go back down with the top speed then. 160 kilometers an hour is totally fine. Yeah, I think the tires are fine as well. We get a lot of profile. 95 millimeter of profile up front and 100 millimeters of tire profile, by which I mean this section right here on the rear end. That's pretty much the most I've ever had on the car. So what about the brake rotors? We still have significant brake fade, but that is totally okay. Cooling airflow is more than twice what we need. Still 3 seats, basic, and standard safety. We don't need to change very much about the suspension either. This is basically just, you know, a slightly updated version of an old car. Slightly new looks. An engine that makes just as much power but more torque and is more reliable. You know, overall it's basically still the same, but a little bit better in some areas. So okay, there is that. So there's the 1959 detuned. So let's go back. No, that is not. You don't understand. That's not what I wanted. So we have facelifted the Bullock, and the city car is actually selling very well because it is more powerful than the Fiat 500, but it is still very economical and practical and everything you want from a small four-door car. And small, like really small. The wheelbase is like just over 2 meters, and the engine is fine, you know. It's reliable. It's making a, you know, an acceptable amount of power at least. The tires are cheap to replace, if ever I've seen some. Maybe we would... No, I don't think we want to make a different version of this, because this is the cheap car. Like if you make another version of this one that isn't cheap, then what's the point? So I think it's time to make another concept car. So let's go back to 1959, and there really aren't that many bodies to choose from. This one is already kind of outdated by that point. Not really, but for a new car, for a car that's supposed to look quote-unquote futuristic in 1959, this body shell is not really it, is it? We already have a car that looks like this, or that is based on this platform, I should say. We don't have a car based on this platform yet though, and we don't have one that's based on this. And given that back then you could afford to make a car look like this and you know, pass all the safety, all the emission, all the, like, there were not really that many restrictions. So therefore I think this is the one I'm going to use for a new concept car. Extend the rear window, make it look a little bit fancy, and also actually you can do this and make it look like a spaceship. Why not as a concept car? I mean, there's really not much reason not to do it. So what do? You give this thing a steel monocoque with McPherson's up front, I think. And then semi-trailing arm maybe? Oh, it's stick with leaf springs. And then, I mean, this car is huge as is. Making the panels from aluminium will help make it a little bit lighter, but does this car really need to be light? I don't think it does. So let's go to the fixtures. And like, if you look at this front, there's really only one way you can make your headlights, and it is round ones right here. Then again, what about something new like this? No, it's not it. What if we go for, where are they? There they are. What if you go for these? Maybe not as big though. More like this. And also I think we're gonna surround this by a grille. We need cooling anyway. Or if we go for like something like this. Oh no, this is not. This is not a functional grill. So what we need is. Oh wait. Yeah, actually, let's go with this. Place this right here, drag it like that, and like this. Why? Okay. So I don't like the way this is turning out, but let's change that by using these instead. Yeah, I mean, if you look at it from this angle, it's not really that great either. So these maybe? Yeah, they seem to work. And then let us get some indicators in there as well. And then we're gonna put some chrome between those two. And give it some more chrome like that. Yeah, it's maybe a little bit too far, because we do still want a badge in the middle. So that people can actually tell, oh wait, this is not a new concept from Ford, Chevy, or you know, Dodge or Chrysler. This is something else. And as such, we're also gonna give it some vents on the side here. Like this, I think. Not like that. Or like here. Since it is a 4-door shell, apparently, 4 door handles is gonna be appropriate. And then what I think we'll do, obviously what Cadillac has done is they had some smaller fins and placed taillights on there. However, what I am going to do, well, you'll see anyway. So then there goes the indicator. And what I'm gonna do, since this is a concept car, and you know, probably not gonna make it into production as is. Check this out. I mean, obviously looking at it from behind is kinda... They look kinda ridiculous, the exhaust, but look at it from the side. They look like turbines or something like that on a... Well, on a fighter plane, or on a spaceship, really. Let's make him even a little bit bigger and rotate appropriately. Yeah, like this. This is a concept car for fun, basically. Like, I know it's not gonna make it into production the way it is here. And then also to give it a little bit more character, I guess, we will give it something like this. So there is another concept car, aesthetically at least. Let's make it black. Yeah, seems good. River drive, because we don't have any other option. And since we started out with a pushrod engine, and pushrods will make this car have slightly better weight distribution because it makes the engine more compact and lighter. Therefore it's gonna have less weight over the front axle. You know what? Fuck it. We can do that on a different car in the future. So we're gonna clone this guy that we just made for the truck. And we're gonna tune it a little bit. Obviously 4000 RPM is not what you'd like to see in a concept like this. 5000 RPM is a little bit more like it. You can also give it some performance intakes, richen it up a little bit because it doesn't need to be economical anyway. Long tubular headers, because why not? Oh, the exhaust is probably a little bit too small. Yeah, it is. Not anymore. Sharpen the cam profile to like 30, which is still pretty low. Let's go further with this. 297 horsepower. Oh, yeah, we need bigger exhaust still. 311 and 318. Okay, now, sure. $319, 320. That's a good number for a concept car like this. 320 horsepower in 1959 is something that I think nobody else had back then. Being a concept car, why don't we give it a 4-speed box, and the gearing will be so long. It'll be a fast car. Like, I don't think there's any denying that. Some more wheel diameter. Look at that. It just goes all the way. 215s on the rear is the widest we've ever had, I think. Sports tires. Ah, okay. Wait. These rims still, because they kind of fit the era that these cars are in. They fit that period best, I think. Brakes, well, drums. Why are you asking? 300. Can't really do much else. We don't have lips or wings. Cooling airflow is gonna go way down. Since this is a 4-door, it would kind of make sense to put seats in the rear, wouldn't it? And sure, the price point of this car would be absolutely meaningless because it is a concept anyway. So why don't we just put... Sport is more expensive than luxury? Well then, let's put luxury interior in there, and a phonograph. And standard safety. It is going to be a very safe car to begin with because it is made from steel and it's probably going to weigh more than 2 tons. Let's go for a comfort setup here. Because... oh, actually it's much lighter than I expected. 1.7 tons only. Total cost 10,000, despite the fact that this thing is made of steel. 7.5 seconds is actually not faster than a F5 does. So maybe this isn't as good as I originally thought it would be. Then again, we can change the spacing on those gears so that second gear goes up to 100 km an hour and we'll be faster. Drivability 0.9. Really? 3.7. I mean, yeah, sure. Let's gear it so first gear goes to 100. 4 drivability. Awesome. 8.3 seconds from 0 to 100. That kind of raises the question of what the point of this car is. If not for show. Because for show it is kind of good, isn't it? And again, like, being a concept car, lots of things will change before it goes into production. And with, you know, with this kind of power output and with this kind of silly style, that's all people are gonna know about the car anyway. Like, nobody's gonna have a chance to drive it and actually experience how scary it is. So maybe it's fine as is, because drivability and sportiness don't really count for this concept car. They will count in case people are interested to see something like this in production. And again, I mean, to see something like this in production. What does that even mean if like these things are gonna be gone, the fins are gonna be much lower? Maybe they aren't, I don't know. Like the turbines are definitely gonna be gone, which is one of the main strong points of this car's design, I think. Basically what I'm getting at is, I don't know. I don't know anything, so maybe you guys can help me. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button, it helps out a great deal. Subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.